Hi friends, welcome to Bella Stitchery. Do you love dimensional cards, but are easily overwhelmed? Is that just me? I don't know. Today I want to show you how to make this really simple easel card. So easy. I'm telling you, you can make it in literally one step. You may wonder why you don't make every single greeting card from now on into an easel card. And you can. So, the first thing I did for this card, and I'll try to show you a little bit better. See the front of that? How cute. This, by the way, is the new Fruit Paradise line from Prima Marketing. I have a ton of videos about this line because I love it. Let me show you what I did for this fun greeting. First, you're going to take 8.5 by 11, your standard cardstock here, and I trim my card down to size. This is a 5 1/4 by 5 1/4 because I have envelopes in that size. So, just like so, and like so. Done, right? Card making 101. Okay, then for the dimensional magic, are you ready? Calculators ready, pencils ready, take notes, slow motion. You're gonna take your card, open it, and fold the top of the card into the middle crease. And if you have a bone folder, then you are obviously a high-tech scrapper. I just use whatever I have around. Kind of fold there, and voila, your easel card is done. So I feel like it doesn't really get simpler than that. There are so many dimensional cards out there, many of which I do feel like I have a 3-page essay on it by the time the video is done. This is simple. The only tricks to a card like this is, as I'll show you, when you glue down your top embellishment here, you just want to make sure you don't glue down the top half. Second trick is to add something that has like a pop-up dimension to it. Flowers, chipboard like this works great so that your card can prop like so, okay? But really, that's the only thing to keep in mind. So let's make this card. In the essence of time, I have already cut all of my cardstock down to size. This I matted to, I do like matting the cardstock on an easel card just to give it a little bit more stability there. But you could do it however you want. I don't judge. Do what you like. Okay, so for this, again, I'm going to glue down just this top half. You could use any kind of adhesive. Again, I like a sturdy adhesive when it's a pop-up kind of card. So I'm going to use hot glue here, like so. And then if you kind of flip the card over, sometimes it's easier to access. See that little piece there? So I'm going to glue it like so. You just really want to press that down. Okay, and then as you can see, it will still lay flat in your envelope. What a cool trick, seriously. So for the inside, I just cut another piece from that same collection. For this, I don't need to necessarily have any kind of heavy duty bond. So I'll use my art glitter glue, my favorite glue. Put that down in there. Okay, now we have our base layers down. For the next part, and I'm gonna lay this flat just so you can see it better on the camera. I love these embellishments. This is part of the paper collection from the Fruit Paradise. I just cut it out of one of the papers. And then my favorite little happy embellishment is the doily. So good for everything. This is a 4-inch doily here. And I just kind of make my own collage now. So happy vintagey things, pretty flowers, clocks. I don't know why, I love clocks. Do you? Actually print clocks. I'll show you how I do my clocks. This here, these are printables. I believe I found on Pinterest or Etsy, and I just made my own collage in Photoshop so that I could print this onto matte photo paper. And then I just cut them out. But I love them. They work for so many projects. Okay, so here's my little pear. Now, again, in the essence of time, because, you know, watching somebody cut out circles can be fun, but I'm assuming you have better things to do with your life. I'm gonna cut that to fit there. Just tuck it in. I felt like that was a really good fit with this doily. Cute, right? Okay, then this one. And if you cut your clocks, you have now 2 clocks. So there's another fun little tip. So I always cut whatever embellishments I can, if it means I could use them somewhere else, or even another space. See here, I cut a little one. I used half of it here, half of it here. Bonus! Happy little bonus. Okay, so put this little guy over here. Like so. And I love metal clocks too, but they can weigh down a card, especially if you're adding, I don't know, 4. Not to mention your card will now have cost you $25 to create. So, you know, sometimes the printables are the way to go. So the next thing I did was I took some flowers from that same collection, kind of arranged these in a nice little collage here. Oh my gosh, this color, I just love it. I love this whole collection. I've already made like 10 scrapbook pages, and I don't even know how many cards because the days go by. I don't even know what day of the week it is. I'm just in here crafting it up with this line. Okay, so I'm gonna glue some of these down here. My hot glue is so hot. Like, I don't even know if this is to code, how hot this thing is. I don't know what brand this is, but man, whoo, the burns. Okay, let's see. So if I look like I'm shaking as I'm gluing this down, it's probably because I'm slightly terrified of my glue gun. Okay, so there's my little flower. Okay, and then I tucked in some leaves. These leaves are also from the same collection, and I just love leaves. I feel like it completes a nice little flower collage, especially if you have a lot of blooms. It just doesn't look right without some leaves. So now for this ribbon, I used a trick here, which I've shown in another video. First of all, I like to dye my own ribbon. So if you want to figure out how to do this, check out my video on how to dye your own ribbons and lace. And then, because I only want this little bow on the corner, I cut either from a rosette or from wire at the fabric or a flower section of the craft store. You could buy wire as well. I make my bow loops here, but instead of tying it, I actually twist them and fold them down. So now see, all 4 of my loops are on one side. And then I use a little bit of wire to kind of pinch where the knot would be. And I do this trick a lot because I don't necessarily want my bow coming up here too. Okay, so you just pinch that down like that. Trim off if these kind of get a little crazy on you. Okay, and there you go. Look at that. And then I just add a little glue. Jam that sucker right in there. Gonna squish it down. And there you go, a happy little ribbon. See that? And then for my finishing touches, what I did on this card is some pins using my rainbow hedgehog. I love pins. You can order them in bulk online. And again, they're such nice finishing touches there. Then for these pearls, I don't know if you could see that. See, I added some pearls here and also some stickles glitter here. I went ahead and did my own embellishments using the Nuvo drops. I also have a tutorial on that. And then the stickles in the berries here. Gives it a little bit of a shimmer so it doesn't look so flat on the illustration itself. So let me do those things too. This is the Nuvo Dream Drops, which I have to say is my current favorite. I did buy several kinds of the Nuvo Drop, but this has like a really iridescent pearliness to it that really does imitate actual pearl stickers. I think better than the other Nuvo Drops I've tried. So I'll put a link to these in my description for this video too. And then stickles, you gotta have stickles. It is like fun glitter paint, and I use it a lot on little embellishments. For this, I just kind of dabbed it around the shiny area of the berries. And it really just makes it look, I don't know, more high-end. I'm gonna say more high-end. Okay, easy as that. You wanna give yourself, you don't wanna really coat this whole thing because then you'll lose a lot of the illustration, but just a little bit of shine, okay? And that's how I did the front of this card. So now for the inside, depending on how high you'd like your card to sit, you're gonna put your embellishments. So for instance, just to give you an example, here's another easel card I made. I did the embellishment here lower. So as you can see, it doesn't sit up as high as this one here. So that's up to you, however you want it to look. Another tip, you could actually just decorate the whole thing. Look at that. So let me get back to this one. What you're gonna do is, I have cut out, this is paper. Okay, this, y'all, friends, I got this a week ago. Love it. It's the new Tim Holtz Thinlits Dies Lace Die. Look at that. Each of these dies has two different sizes. So there's the large and the small, large and the small. I'll do a tutorial on this too because I have found I use this almost every day now. I still love lace, but this doesn't add bulk like some lace does, especially if it's in the inside of a card. So I trimmed this out of some cardstock that matched this. And I'm just going to glue it down. This can get a little messy because there are so many holes. Luckily, art glitter glue will dry clear, and I dropped it. So there you go. Dries clear, not to worry. Don't panic. Okay, so I put it up a little high because again, I want it to stand up nice and tall. See, no one ever has to know that I glued my nice, beautiful craft table made by my husband. No problem. Okay, then I took a little chipboard, also from that same collection. Put it on there. So this will be basically the stand anchor. See that for my card? Okay. I just noticed also that I have wet paint and I'm just flipping this card over like no big deal. So finally, I added little flowers that coordinate with the outside of the card because why not? This is why I buy so many flowers. So I could use them everywhere. Okay, tuck them in there. I want it nice and close, but I don't want to cover up my little Paris sign. And then another leaf for fun, like so. And then I added a few more of the Nuvo drops here. These are great. I mean, you could embellish everywhere and you don't have to worry about running out of these. Okay, there you go. Like so. And that's just that easy. And it is beautiful. Well, what do you think? Is this something you're gonna go try? Have you tried other dimensional cards? And what is your favorite kind of pop-up card to work on? Are there any other tutorials you would like to see for dimensional cards? Remember what I said earlier, I'm not good at dimensions. So remember that in your comments, although I like a challenge. So check these things out. I'll have links to all these supplies in the description. Let me know what you think. Thanks for stopping by. Check it out, try it out, and let's go make some stuff. Thanks, friends. Bye.